Have you ever felt lost when playing Siege? When I first started playing, I felt like every round was a mess. Everything was confusing, from figuring out where players should be to executing a site where I didn't know how to help my teammates. But as I learned more about the game, I realized just how important roles are in Siege and that each operator isn't as black and white as Siege makes them seem. Most players know that entries should take early gunfights and that support needs to be opening breaches, but they don't realize that some operators have multiple roles or that Siege roles don't match their playstyle. Once I understood these nuances, the decisions I had to make in-game became much easier. In this video, I'll explain how roles are played, how to know which role you belong to, and what operators you should be using for each role. Let's get started with attack. The most common composition for an attack is entry, hard support, soft support, lurk, and flex. There's also two sub-roles, which we have IGL, the in-game leader, which is usually gonna be played by either the hard support or the flex. The reason for that is because hard support and flex are two roles that are very drone heavy, so they will have a better picture of what's going on in the building and be able to guide the team on where to push from. The other sub-role we have is cut, which is someone who plays either on the bridge or on windows, and their goal is to avoid enemies from rotating or moving freely around site. Starting with entry, it needs to be someone that they don't care if they die. They cannot care about their stats, they're just there to open their round and take map control, creating a gap for your team to play off. The key traits for someone who plays entry is to be fearless. You cannot have doubts, you must act quick. You can also set up your drones and tell people to get on your drones. This is very important, so unless you have a really good support player, you cannot rely on your team, and sometimes you simply need to take matters to your own hands if you need stuff to get done. You cannot be quiet and you cannot bait your teammates, otherwise think about playing a different role, and you need to take space, which is what matters, not the kills. Remember, space is very important in Siege, especially when you're entering for map control. And operators that will help you for this task will be Ash, Blackbird, and Jing, which are very strong for clearing utility fast and creating a gap, but also Nomad and Rora if you need to block certain areas of the map fast on the entry. Switching now to the hard support. The hard support role needs to be someone that opens the most direct walls to site and also is someone that drones for the whole team. They are meant to be the last survivor for the whole team and typically also be the one to plant the bomb. The key traits for someone who plays hard support is that you value your life and you don't die to spawn kill. You need to know how to counter bandit tricking, and also you need to know how to drone for your whole team and ask them if they need droning. Entries depend on you, can sometimes be the cut for the team, which we already explained at the beginning of the video, and also it's someone that will play the operators Thermite, Hibana, and Ace. Now for soft support, needs to be someone that helps the main bridge getting walls unless vert is needed or secondary hard bridge is needed. In that case, the flex of the team will become the soft support. The key traits that you need as a soft support is to know if you need to play vert, if you need to play a shield operator, or if the hard support / teammates need help. Make sure that whatever you bring will bring the most value. Don't just randomly hop on Thatcher and that's it. If you see Goyos and Bandits, then think about playing Twitch, because then you can clear both the Goyos and Bandits. Operators you can play are Ram and Back if you wanna get vert, Maverick, Twitch, Thatcher, or IQ if you want to help the hard support / teammates, or you can also hop on Monty EMPs or Dokaebe EMPs. The Lurk players go alone in the building, finding gaps in the enemy's defense, because the Lurk player is not with the team. Either they make a play for the team to play off, or they play off their team's play. The key traits for someone who plays Lurk is to be fearlessness, but cautious to not get early picked, make a presence without getting killed early in the round so the enemy now has to keep paying attention to you and the main push. This is unless you plan to make a play off your teammates. In that case, you want to keep yourself under the radar so that then you can make a surprise attack and a backstab, which is what it's called. And for the operators that you can bring for lurking, they can be knock, which can cause annoyance for the enemies because now they have to play against someone that they cannot be seen by cams. So their utilities such as the proxy alarms or the barbed wire will be crucial to deny a knock. Then Striker is an also very good versatile lurker because he's able to bring flashes and nades or hard breach or whatever he needs for the lurk. And lastly, the last operator you can bring is Nomad, because she can cover her flanks or close areas for enemies when pushing into sight, which is a very good lurker too. Now to finish off the attackers, we got Flex. The Flex is the most dynamic role. You fill whatever gap your team needs and needs to be someone with wide knowledge of operators. People who bring operators that will bring the most impactful for the mid to late round, and it needs to be someone that can also bring secondary harbridge when it's needed. The key traits for someone who plays Flex is to be the smartest player on the team. They need to know how to counter and play every single operator in the game. They need to bring and know how to use their utility to flip out the round, and they also can sometimes be the cut for the team if needed. Operators you can bring for Flex are Brava if they have Melusi or Maestro, Glass for covering plants, Capitao or Flores to create pressure to the guys who's playing on the power position, Sense and Blitz are good to break rhythm on the defense, and also overall you need to know how to play every role in the game, because sometimes you will have to fill in as the secondary harbridge, other times you will need to fill in as the entry, so it's crucial to know how to play every single role, at least slightly. You don't have to be the best entry, but at least know how to play entry and how entries play the game. Alright, now switching to defense. Common defense composition is Anchor, Extended Roamer, Free Roamer, Bridge, and Turret/Power. Starting with Anchor, Anchors are people who set up site. Their goal is to deny plants and most importantly, stop rushes. They are also expected to flick camps early in the round or mid-round to let teammates know where the push is coming from. If enemies aren't doing a direct push to site, then you need to help your teammates with comms and flicking camps. Remember that you aren't glued to site. If your teammates need assistance, then be smart of when to leave site. The key traits to define a good anchor is good setup knowledge, good callouts and flicking cams regularly, very good awareness and know when to leave site to help teammates, and just to finish off, stop rushes and deny plants. The operators you can bring are various, so you can bring any operator you want, but realistically, Smoke is an honorable mention. He's very good at his job of stopping rushes, keeping everyone at bay, and mainly stopping the denying plants also. Alright, so now we're moving on to a role that many people like to play, and that's the Free Roamer. The Free Roamer's goal is to go for the late flanks, lurk around the map, create phantom pressure, and make enemies waste time and redrone. So just so you guys know what type of player is the one who's gonna be playing on the Free Roam, it's someone that likes to run around the map. They wanna always destroy drones, they don't wanna show their presence directly, they don't really wanna tell the enemies, hey, I'm here. It's more of a player that is always moving around. They can also rat in certain spots, just waiting for someone to cross by to then kill them. That's all part of the Free Roamer. Free Roamers usually play Valkyrie, Visual, Lesion, and Oryx. You can also play Kapkan if you want. I don't recommend it because Kapkan is not that fast. He's a little bit fat, so he will make some noise. But other than that, these operators are super strong for the Free Roam. Now there's a different type of roamer, but this time it's not as mobile as the other one. This is called Extended Roamer, and just to let you guys picture in your head how this looks like, if you're playing upstairs in bank, on office and lounge, if you have someone like Asami playing on stocks, holding stocks room, that's called extended roaming. The main goal is to kill time. They need to communicate effectively with other teammates so that they can play off them, and they need to also be able to get kills. They usually have parts of the map close to site to defend and avoid enemies taking control of those areas fast. That's why we put an Asami on stocks, so that any attackers that want to push stock, they're gonna at least have to waste utility against the Asami barriers and clear the guy on stocks. Now the operators you can play are Asami, Castle, and Frost with a shield. Now moving on, we got the bridge player. The bridge player is someone that plays in between the site and in between the roam. They are the people who connect the roamers with site, so that whenever the enemies try and cut off the roamers, you are there to assist them to bring them back to site if needed. You also are there to be able to either stuck with the roamers or stuck with the people on site whenever it's needed. The operators you can bring are Lesion, Castle, and Kaid. To put you guys a visual example, let's go to Villa. In Villa, we got people that are gonna be holding study and also games, and we also got the roamers that are gonna be on Astro and on Master. So if we are in the middle, we are basically playing 90 and also we're playing on the red stairs. Our goal is to make sure that no one is cutting off our roamers from red stairs or the trophy window. Now to finish off defense, we got the power position player or the turret player. This is a person who's gonna play on a spot where attackers gain a huge advantage called power positions. This is why we put defenders on those power positions. Usually, power positions are very hard to defend because enemies will just keep dumping flashes, nades, flourish drones, whatever it's needed to take the power position. So if you're the power position player and you go 1-for-1, meaning that you kill someone but they also get killed, that's a value that we already get, which is fine. Most important thing to know for everybody in the team is that when the power position player goes down, someone quickly needs to go and refill that spot. We cannot let the power position be taken by enemies. It's very important, and that's why power position players are the most under pressure players. The key traits for someone who plays power position is to always be under control. Don't lose your temper just because you're getting flashed or you're getting droned. You need to make sure that you always play the best under pressure and that you're able to react under those conditions. The operators you can bring are ward and shield so they cannot flash you, smoke to keep them at bay and to give you more time for your teammates to rotate to you, Wamai if you want to play behind the shield to be able to replace the anti-utility, which is the Wamai gadget. And finally, you can also bring Sentry with Impact and C4s, so if they try and bring a Blitz or a Monty, you're able to keep putting pressure on the Monty or Blitz to at least keep them either at 1 HP or to fully kill them with a C4 and Impacts.